Hello and welcome to a new episode of Cult Classic Society, the podcast where I, Tim Martini, and my pal Bobby Davis,
Hello. Get my name right.
go through the movies, the games, the TV shows, the books, the music, or everything that in media that we love. And today we're going to be talking about Metal Gear Rising. But first, how you doing, Bobby?
I am good. Me and my wife recently went down to Cornwall for a friend's wedding. It was lovely. I was a groomsman. Got to introduce the new couple. I was like MC during the dinner, and I did it like they were a wrestling tag team. It was very good. Really enjoyed myself.
Glad to hear. So, we're talking about Metal Gear Rising today. But first, your experience with the Metal Gear, just franchise as a whole.
I'm aware of Metal Gear very much. It's in the zeitgeist. The first one I played probably a level of maybe when on the PS1. I remember my cousin having it. I never had it myself. I didn't play much of it. I know it's a stealth-based espionage game. I remember seeing my friend come to his house and he was playing like the last level of the fourth one, where you're fighting with like an old man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of my working knowledge of Metal Gear. All that is it. That is my combined knowledge of Metal Gear.
PS1 game, an old man.
And then a PS3 game with an old man, yes.
So, first of all, you can tell this one's not called Metal Gear Solid, it's Metal Gear Rising.
Yes.
But I will quickly just talk about the development of this game.
It's not called Metal Gear Rising, it's called Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Revengeance.
Which I'm going to say this, Revengeance isn't a word.
No, it's not. It's
I also put it in the dictionary just to make sure it's not a word.
It's revenge and vengeance.
Yeah. They mean the same thing,
yes.
yes.
But, so this game was originally called Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Okay.
And the Metal Gear Solid games are typically developed by Kojima Productions, headed by Hideo Kojima.
Yes, I've heard the name.
So this game was developed by them for a long time. But the problem is, when all you have developed your entire studio's lifespan are stealth games, you don't know typically how to develop an action game.
Yes.
And they just didn't know what they were doing. And the project was going to get scrapped. But then Hideo Kojima decided, you know what, let's just reach out to another studio. And they contacted Platinum Games, who are very well known for making high-octane games. Bayonetta is their premier franchise right now. You can play it on the Switch. It's fantastic. Recommend those games.
Uh-huh.
And they said, yeah, we'll do it.
That's interesting because you say Bayonetta.
Yes.
Isn't that the same company that made Devil May Cry?
The head of Platinum Games was the original developer of the first Devil May Cry.
Because my notes say it reminds me of Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man games.
So this got made, and we are based it off the character of Raiden, who was the main character of Metal Gear Solid 2, which is the most controversial one in the franchise.
Why is it controversial?
They put a massive bait and switch with you. So the first level, you're playing as Solid Snake, the face of the franchise.
I know the name.
He then drowns mysteriously off screen, and he goes, psych, you're playing as Raiden now for the entire game.
Jesus.
Because he was all over the marketing for the game. Snake was like, yes, Snake's back, welcome back, Snake. God, we've missed you, Snake.
Oh. If I know nerds, they were not happy.
No, people still hate Metal Gear Solid 2 because of that.
Jesus. It's been like 20 years, get over it, man.
Yeah. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about this.
Yes.
So, should we just go straight into what the combat system is?
I mean, for me it was mostly button mashing. I'm not going to lie to you. On the Steam Deck, the X and Y buttons kind of corresponds with the Xbox controller.
Yeah.
A lot of that. Have you seen Dodgeball?
Yes.
My main tactic was dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. I didn't throw a spanner at anyone, though.
You missed a hidden weapon. But the way this combat system works is a very typical X for light attack, Y for heavy or alternate attack, and we have a parry system, which is the most broken parry system in the game.
Oh, I never mastered it at all.
All you do is just aim in the direction the person attacks you, and you press X, and you just block them.
But I found if you held X, it just blocked everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I felt like I was missing something. I felt like if I timed it, it would be like a parry and an attack or something.
No, what it would do is you just parry them and it'll open up for what the signature mode of this is. It's the blade mode, where you can just slice them up into a million pieces.
I did one that I sliced. It tells you the amount of pieces you slice.
Yes.
I sliced someone into over 1,000, and they gave me a little medal for it.
Impressive. There's an extra element of that, but we'll go into that once we start going through the levels. And the first level is Raiden being a really bad bodyguard.
Yeah, to a president of somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's working for a company called
Mavericks.
who are a private military company, I think
Yes, a PMC, yes.
PMC, there you go.
In the world of Metal Gear, there are nothing but PMCs.
And I've written here, Maverick are apparently face.
Yeah.
And all the others appear to be heel.
Yes. The Prime Minister of Control gets kidnapped by a really, really fat assassin, Sundowner.
Yes, he's a big boy in a big bit of armour. He reminded me of a Rhino from Spider-Man.
Yeah, big Texan.
Yeah. There's something about this about they wanted to like destabilise countries to keep them at war or something.
Yeah, because in the world of Metal Gear, war is currency.
War is money. War is money in the real world, man. Don't let it.
So it's about the Metal Gear Solid franchise. It is very laid with a lot of political storytelling. Like Hideo Kojima basically just loves to tell movies within the world of Metal Gear.
Yeah.
With this, they're like, no, we're just gonna go over the top of this.
Slather it on.
Yes.
So the first level, I found like Sundowner runs away with the president. Right?
Yeah.
And I found it quite. It's meant to be a tutorial level,
Yes.
but it is very easy.
Yeah.
In the first level, you fight a Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Ray,
Yeah.
which is insane to think about because Metal Gear, like, they're like big like set pieces in like the Solid games. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god, a fucking Metal Gear.
I actually didn't know Metal Gears were a thing. I just thought it was the name of the series. And then
Yeah.
now are there specific kinds of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're specific type of machinery.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. I've put here the fight with that Metal Gear ends in a quick time event.
Yeah.
And quick time events can be really controversial.
Yeah.
As long as they don't cut across actual gameplay and you still get to do your thing and beat the boss yourself.
Yeah.
And it ends in a thing, I don't mind them. Because it makes for a nice, clean ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ending, like when you parry the blade of the Ray and the soundtrack kicks in.
Yeah, there's like twice the size of you. As
Yeah.
well, yeah.
It's so over the top, so insane. And I love it.
It just reminds me of again, like Devil May Cry, when like you get to a boss, it was just like
Yeah.
a thrash metal track.
Can we just quickly talk about how it's amazing, like the soundtrack is? It's just rock, and it's just so banging.
It's another reason it reminded me of Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Because that's all metal, and it's
It's like one.
It's making me want to replay Devil May Cry, which I know I can get on the Steam Deck. So I'm like,
You can
"Ooh."
get that. You can get every game on there actually.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, do I go back and play those games? I love those games.
Quick side tangent. There's an issue with the HD collection on PC.
Oh no,
Massive input delay, which is not what you want in a game like this.
no. I'd rather just re-download the originals and not bother with the HD
Yeah.
version.
I mean, just play Devil May Cry 5. It's the best one.
Really, but I've not played. I've played it 1 to 4.
5 is it's incredible. I own 3 different copies of it.
No.
So after you defeat Metal Gear Ray,
Sorry.
yeah. I mentioned this in this episode. I want to hear what you said. So after you defeat Metal Gear Ray, you chase Sundowner, and then Ray just appears again. And you have another fight with it,
Yeah, here it comes again. Yeah, even though I felt like you nearly destroyed it the first time.
and you run across the missiles it launches at you.
Yeah, nice, another quick time
Yeah.
event. Yeah,
When you run down the clock tower, you just slice it open.
yeah, and then you beat him, and then you come across another boss who has a lame name.
Jetstream Sam.
That's a stupid name.
It's a stupid name, but
He's got a cool sword though.
the red sword, yeah.
Yeah.
So at what point did you figure out you had to lose the boss battle?
Oh, almost instantly.
Because he had no health bar, right?
No, I didn't even notice that. He whooped my ass quite quickly, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to do this again now. How do I beat him?" But then he obviously just went to a cutscene.
Yeah.
There's even like loads of games do that without telling you. Like, even like WWF No Mercy did it.
Yeah,
as well,
it's
like,
weird.
unwinnable things.
It's a weird moment.
Why make me play it? Just do a video.
Exactly. But my favourite thing is when Raiden gets his arm cut off, he goes, "Ah, not again."
Every day at the office.
And he gets saved in the nick of time by Boris, another member of Maverick.
Yes.
Just starts shooting a turret at him. And that was the end of the first mission, which I think is as a tutorial, just like getting used to the combat system.
Yeah.
I think it works fairly well.
Yeah, it's actually part of the story and a warm up mission.
Yeah,
Tutorial,
which is all you need.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks later, and Raiden is better than ever. He has a new suit.
This steampunk emo is back in charge.
And
He looks like Dante as well, which doesn't help.
he does. Oh god. But now with the blade mode, you have the ability to do a Zandatsu, which is when you slice up your enemies and you crush their spine to heal yourself.
Yes, and pull their spine. Yeah,
To absorb the electrolytes.
they're glowing green spines that you pull out.
Which is just insane to me.
There was points where I got low on health. I was like, I need to slice someone.
Like, you give me your spine.
We get sent on a mission now to stop some like extremists,
Yes.
and we meet a robot doggy.
Blade Wolf.
Yeah.
With a chainsaw for a tail.
Again, lame name.
Lame name,
Yeah.
but it's so cheesy.
This whole game is cheesy as fuck.
Like, come on, with a subtitle like Revengeance.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of how stupid it is.
Blade Wolf, I didn't find him particularly difficult. Got over it quite quickly. I like that after this, you just don't do it straight away, but you like reprograms him to become your little good boy.
You're not psychic.
Yeah.
I just love how Blade Wolf is split into three phases. Like, you fight him for a bit, he's like, I'm hurt, gets back up. He fights you again, gets more backups, with like fucking like mooing mechs.
Yes.
And
It's very good.
it's a lot of fun. And then you have to ninja run across a bridge as it's being shot down by an unmanned helicopter.
Yeah, so first time that came on, I actually died first time because I was like, what am I supposed to be doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I realised I'm in control again. Hang on.
I just love how this goes, ninja run. You're a ninja who runs.
Yes, exactly. You literally just hold, the
RT,
right trigger,
yeah.
and just the direction you need to run. It's quite nice that he's got like a free running system that you don't need to control. Like, it's easier to control than something like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So if you want to do like the ledge hops in Spider-Man, you need to hit a button at the right time.
Yeah. And this just does it automatically for you. It's a game that just wants you to have a constant pace of just like feeling fun. It's like fast, frantic, like don't worry about the difficult stuff.
I think it wants you to think that it looks cool all the time and you're doing something cool.
I mean, it does look cool all the time.
Yeah, it does. Exactly. But he's doing it for you.
Yeah. Which I'm happy with. I mean, God, programming that kind of stuff must be really difficult to
It
do.
must be fucking pain in the neck.
So then you fight an unmanned helicopter, which is like just a random mini boss.
The helicopters are weird as well. Some of them like just out of your reach. And I'm like, how do I kill you, you fuck?
You use a rocket launcher.
Oh yeah, I never actually figured. I picked up rocket launchers and couldn't figure out how to use them.
Really?
Yeah, I did the whole game without it.
Wow. You just use the sword.
Yeah, jumped up and used the sword. How do you use the rocket launcher? I couldn't get it
You
to
have
work.
to press like, I think it's like right on the D-pad. You get your sub menu up.
Yeah, that didn't work. I don't know if it's something on my Steam settings or whatever.
Oh, that's
the
strange.
D-pad didn't do anything.
Oh, inadvertently made the game harder for yourself.
Yes. Fine. I fucking smashed it, mate.
So there's a bit where you can run through like the little city area, and there's a massive gate. And
Yes.
It's like run back and get the ID cards.
Or slice the gate open.
Yeah. Did you slice the gate open?
Straight away.
Yeah. Someone's there like, well, there's 4 points there. I have an ability to do this.
Yeah. Just no, out of the way. Open the gate. Fuck off. I didn't even use the blade mode. I just sliced it at it and it just fell apart.
I was actually just lining up perfectly. Come on, slice.
No, didn't even do that. Just slice the gate open. Is it here we come across the next boss?
Miss Strow, yeah. Well, you
Strow.
spy on her through the binoculars, and she blows a kiss at you.
Yes, creepy bitch. And she's got all the arms and she's got all the little cyborgs, hasn't she? Like on her back.
So you start to sneak into the facility. Well, I say
Yeah.
sneak. There's not really much stealth in this. And
Running, screaming, just
yeah,
flinging a sword around. Yeah.
and there's a bit where it's like you see your IR vision to see the lasers.
Yes.
That's only done in that one moment. Never done again.
No. Yeah.
Like, you have a cool concept here to be like, be careful, and
I didn't even think about that afterwards. I did it, and then I was like, oh, no, it never come back.
yeah, it never comes back again.
Oh, I've got a little bone to pick with you about this game, actually.
Oh,
So I have an hour 15 to an hour and a half commute every day
Yes.
in each direction. And I do most of my podcast stuff on there. It's a good time to get it done. I use my iPad to watch stuff or listen to stuff, play games on either the Switch or the thing. I cannot play this on the tube.
too high octane.
Nope. I sat there, half term when we are now, Easter half term, or Easter end of term. Sat there, little girl sits next to me, and starts staring at the screen. Like, I can't play this in front of this child. So I just put this. I played it all at home. I put the Steam Deck away, and I had to find time in my home schedule to play.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then the next day, I thought about doing it, and then like an old lady sat next to me. I was like, "Can I play this feasibly?" And I just didn't.
You didn't want to upset her.
No. It's quite. There's blood and stuff.
No, yeah, it's blood, guts.
Yeah, pulling out people's spines.
After getting through the facility, you run up the massive gas tower and you
Yes.
fight Mistral.
Yes.
What do you think of her boss battle with her
I thought
whip?
it was piss.
Piss easy, right?
Yeah, and like she's easy to parry when her little buddies fall off.
The little dwarf geckos.
Just kill
yeah.
them. Yeah, and obviously they drop parts that often heal you and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, piss.
And what I like is it escalates. It starts at the top of the gas thing. She then launches you to like another one where she's like almost like 2.5D fighting each other.
Yeah, in the cutscene, she's way more powerful than she is when you're actually beating her up.
Because you're the powerful one in
Yeah.
this. And then it ends with you slicing and letting liquid nitrogen fall over her. And you
Yeah.
slice her up into a billion pieces again.
Oh, that was so satisfying.
Like I was set up for like literally at the end of every boss battle. You slice them up into a billion pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
And you just let all your frustrations out.
I can't remember who it was I chopped up into like 1,000 pieces. Maybe it was Sundowner?
I won't blame you, Sundowner. Yeah. We will talk about his boss battle. Then the Russian guy, Dovashev, I mean, he just blows himself up.
Yes.
He's like, oh, you killed the woman I love.
He's the target you're after.
Yeah.
He's the extremist target you're after, and he blows up an oil tanker or something, yeah.
And Raiden goes, oh.
Well, yeah, that's him done.
So then, mission 3 to the sewers. Sombrero Raiden.
I didn't take the sombrero off once I had it.
Such a fun costume.
It was my outfit for the entire game.
It's so
They were
good.
like, you've unlocked like a gold version. Don't want it. Oh, I'm wearing a sombrero. I feel like it was like trying to be the man with no name.
Yes.
From the Clint Eastwood trilogy. Obviously, Raiden's got like that kind of. He does talk, but he's got the aesthetic of like the man with no name and stuff. I don't know. The big sombrero and the Mexican and the poncho. It just felt like gunslinger, man with no name. Yeah.
And it's just hilarious.
It's so good. I like how if some of the cutscenes it disappears and some it's still there.
Yeah.
And the ones it's still there, it like fades through the graphics.
Because they're not expecting
It's too big. It's too big. Yeah.
So then in the sewers you encounter the I call them the gorilla mechs.
Yeah. I can see why you would do that. Yeah.
Such bastards. They have that attack where they'll run at you because you can't parry that. You have to dodge them.
Get out of the way. Yeah.
They'll just like rub you, grab you, and then
dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
And they will just literally slam you around.
I got caught a few times.
You know what that attack reminds you of? You know in Avengers where Hulk grabs Loki, just smashes him around.
We've got a Hulk. Puny guard.
Yeah.
That's the line. Yeah.
And then in this you find a child called George, who's been attacked by those little dwarf geckos.
Is he the one they're trying to harvest his brain?
Yes.
Yes. And Raiden has a bit of a meltdown about it.
Yes, which will explain why he's having that meltdown in a moment. And then you find the underground facility, and Doctor, one of the people from Maverick, tells you to take a dupe.
A what?
A dupe.
What?
A digital output something mounted proxy.
I don't think I clocked that one. I should have put the subtitles on.
Literally, you go say you need to take a dupe. Everyone goes, what? Again, it's very cheesy with its jokes.
Yeah, it's got that vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, and you have to become a dwarf gecko for a moment where you have to sneak through that.
I hated that bit.
Oh, you didn't just run past all of them?
Well, at first I thought I had to kill things. It really reminded me, and there's another bit that later reminds me of this as well. You know when you're fucking badass swinging in Spider-Man and beating everyone up, and then they make you be Mary Jane for a bit? Yeah, it reminded me of that. I hate that.
See, why did I just ran to the vent? I got a perfect S rank for that combat scenario.
Next time I probably will play for it again on a harder mode probably.
Yeah,
I'll just run.
And then this is when Raiden sees that there's child brains, and they're being trained for combat.
Yes.
And this sets off Raiden's PTSD because he was a child soldier.
And this is the next level that reminds me of the fucking Mary Jane thing.
There's a bit where you find the mini tank as well.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The guard.
That, yeah.
Which is like, I just wrote mini tank because fuck it, because you need a boss at the end of it.
You need something, yeah. You need something chonky to fight. Yeah.
Such a piss easy boss.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble. In fact, I don't even know if he damaged me. I'm trying to think. There was one boss that I didn't get any damage. I think it was this one. As with when we did Metroid, I can't play a game, pause it, and then write notes.
Yeah.
So I've played the game through, and then pulled up a video on YouTube of someone speedrunning it.
Yeah.
And then remembering each point.
What your points was,
and writing it. And I think it was this one that I did without getting hurt. Yeah.
And then the doctor who's like in train. So he's like, you have a choice: save these children, or save this one child, George. And George goes, "You can slice through me, Raiden. Slice my arm off. I can take it." And Raiden's like, "Okay, just slices a kid's arm off.
You'll get a cool robot one."
So Christ.
See why I couldn't play this on the tube in front of children?
I know. shows it's right.
Hey,
This
watch
will
this,
be you.
Watch this, kid.
Hey, it's gonna happen to you one day.
Fucking hell, man.
So then Raiden goes on a one-man army. He's like, I'm gonna go after these bastards.
Yeah.
And he goes to the city and he has to fight cops.
So isn't it before that though? You do the bit where he's just like mopey and walks, and you can't fight anyone.
No, that is at the end of this mission.
Oh, it's at the end of this mission.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was around here somewhere.
Yeah, this is where he fights the cops. And I just wrote ACAB.
ACAB? What?
All cops are bastards.
Oh yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think you're going to find many people. Well, maybe you will, but yeah, there are quite a few people who are going to take joy in that.
Yeah. So
they're all like part of the PMCs, is right though. Well,
they're working for the PMC,
yeah,
like, officially. Well, officially, unofficially, you know, in the pockets of the highest paying person.
Obviously, yes.
Something to echo reality. 10 years old, just remember this. So it was in this level I realised there's another optional mission, and I wonder if you spotted it. There are hidden men in boxes, in cardboard boxes.
I sliced the boxes, but they were all empty. No, across the game though, and then I got like a little thing telling me it was like a callback to the other games, obviously because you hide in boxes in the original.
Yes,
don't you? Yeah.
there are random cardboard boxes now. There's a man in there.
Oh, okay.
And it's an optional side mission for you to go through every level and try and find them. Yeah. I don't bother with that stuff. I'm going to say for the combat.
So the funniest bit about this game is the hack and slash.
Which is just incredible. And then in this level, you run across rooftops just fighting people.
Yeah, that's great, that bit.
And there's a guy with just a massive hammer.
Oh, the hammer guys pissed me off. They were difficult. There's a point where you fight two of them and they killed me.
Because with them, most of their attacks are blockable. So you have to like dodge, dark, weave.
Yeah. And then there was one where you first encountered, there's also a helicopter at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
There's a thing that you can unlock after some boss battles. And I guess you didn't figure that you can do that because of the D-pad not working for you. You get Mistral's weapon as a side option.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So instead of using like your foot as your sword, you get Mistral as your Y button instead.
Oh, okay.
And that weapon has its own combo system.
Oh, that's fun. I wish I'd unlocked that now.
Yeah. You're gonna go back and play it and go, oh my god.
I'm gonna have to go look at the configuration and see if I can turn all this stuff.
Yeah.
Or change the settings.
Yeah, because it's shocking that it didn't work for you.
Yeah, that is weird.
But
When I watched the speedrun, I saw him using the launcher and stuff. I was like, hang on, how do I do that?
Yeah.
And I actually went on the Steam Deck. I still couldn't figure it out.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
So then, after going through the rooftops, later off, like, well, you have to go back down again. So you just go on the lift and just cut the cable. Just drop down.
Here we go. Normally, if you drop from a height, he dies, but this time it works.
Get it? Just looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
And then you're in the AR. You have to use the AR mode in the dark. It's like sneak past all these enemies.
This was painful.
Right.
Oh, I killed them all.
Right. There's a moment, right, where
They're
it's
not
like,
difficult to kill, even in the dark.
even in the dark, but there's a moment where you cannot stealth it. There's a bit with a train, you have to climb across the train and run across, but there's the dwarf geckos right above you. That's the only path you can go, and the dwarf geckos immediately spot you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, you are going to get caught.
Just kill everything, man. Just kill it all.
No, why tell me, oh, stealth it? You can't stealth it.
No, yeah. If you can't do it, then yeah.
Well then, Sam hacks the media, just puts himself on all like piece of media, makes himself a hologram.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
And then
that's cool.
there's the moment where he's like, all right, you're going to listen to what the cops are actually thinking as you fight them. And there's them like, go, why am I doing this? I don't want to fight. And if you do the Zandatsus, as you're doing this, I'm like, this is meant to be like Ryder going, God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Do the Zandatsu, grabs a spy, goes, bullseye!
Yeah, there's something incredibly cheesy about it.
And then you still get graded for that. They grade your combat score for that. It's like, well done.
Well done, you killed that cop.
And then this is when Ryder gets all mopey. So why am I...
Emo Raiden, here we go.
I'm such a piece of shit. Why am I killing these cops? Bullseye! And then I put Monsoon season is here because this is where you fight Monsoon.
Oh yes, so you can still swing the sword. So the first time I didn't even try to stealth, but it's just it takes too long to walk.
I was just walk. There's like a path. You just like walk on the right side. Just walk.
Oh yeah,
that
just
way.
stick to the right. It's really easy. Yeah.
So there's a bit where you're watching Monsoon talk to you in first person.
Yeah.
Do you know about the Easter egg in this little section?
No.
If you point your camera to the right.
Oh, you can move the camera.
Yeah, you can move the camera. If you point your camera to the right, there is a guard petting a cat. A cat just walks in and he just pets a cat. This is what Monsoon says in his speech about memes and war. It's like, here you go, Jack. Memes. they're the product of our society. There's a guy go, oh, little Killy. Literally bends down, starts petting the cat. And then the cat crawls away, goes, bye, cat.
In that speedrun I watched, he watches it. He looks at the cat.
And then she gets like, Monster goes like, memes. And Ronnie goes, yes, I'm Jack the Ripper. Blah, blah, blah. Just like, bye, cat.
The fight with Monsoon, it's a little more difficult. She annoys me with her body splitting thing.
He.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Annoys me with the body splitting thing.
So, this is what I was going to mention. You have to use EMP grenades to stop that.
Oh, I still managed to beat him.
Yeah, but it's easier with EMP grenades.
Oh, okay.
Because it stuns him, then you can slice his head off with the Zandatsu and just beat up the head.
Ah. So I kept finding his head on the floor, like after a little while. Destroying it. I didn't find it like hard. I found it long and then like.
Yeah, it's the longest boss fight. I was right. It just gets a bit boring after a while. So now we have to climb the building to get to Sundowner.
Yeah, this was like we're already at Sundowner because I obviously expected him to be the final boss.
I told you this is a very short game. It just goes beat for beat for beat. So this is my favorite. Has one of my favorite parts of the game where you get to the floor and he's just like shooting at you through the place like just run, just run, just run. You run through the building, you fight another guard, and then you get the glider. You jump off the glider and then you run up the building.
Yeah, just power run up there.
It's insane.
The pace is ridiculous. It's so cool.
It's just like, yeah, you don't have time for this shit. Just run.
Yeah. If there was a side quest there, I ain't finding it.
Yeah, exactly. And then you find a nice, fancy Japanese garden.
Yes.
Which just felt very just like...
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fit the aesthetic for the rest of the game.
No, it doesn't, but it's at the same time just looks cool.
It does, yeah. It's well done in the game. Even like I said, it's a 10-year-old game. It still looks nice now.
And then you have to go up a freight elevator while you're just fighting all these enemies.
Yeah, that was I probably could use the rocket launcher there. That one, I did it, but I was like, one of the helicopters was just too high. But then I realised there was another thing I could stand on that I could gen jump off of and get him.
Yeah.
I killed him. I killed them all with swords.
I'm impressed. And then you fight cyborg doubles of Mistral and Monsoon.
Yeah, I was like, how did these bastards get back?
What do you think of like fighting them again?
Well, they're clearly like lower powered versions.
Yeah.
I didn't have any trouble with them this time.
I had more trouble with the Monsoon like double that I did the actual one.
Really?
He's just been a bastard.
I killed him quite quick.
Oh,
I don't remember having any trouble with him.
I had a lot of issues with him, and I don't know why.
Do you know why? Because you're a pussy and use the earpiece. She's a sword, man.
Yeah. When you beat Monsoon, you get his sai.
Yes, the sidearm. I did use that. I didn't use it a lot though.
So this automatically gave you that one, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting. See Sundowner, and he talks like how training these children for war, like when they kill a civilian or just a random person, you give them a right jolt to their pleasure senses.
It's very there's no thing way you can describe it other than fucked up.
Yeah, I mean he just looks drunk all the time as well.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's been while he's waiting for you, he's been smoking something.
Yeah. But then you have the boss battle with him on the roof, and there's two phases with him.
Yeah.
There's with the shield, which... Do you want to explain how you have to deal with that shield?
Just go around him.
Oh, there's an easier way.
Oh, is there?
When he puts up the shield, you Zandatsu it. You have to Zandatsu
through
it.
the lines.
You through the lines, and you just slice them off.
I literally just dashed around him and just started attacking his back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then after that, you destroy his shield. He goes, okay, fuck you. And just like attaches the sword to his forearm.
Yes.
And then
fucking mad.
Yeah. I find that section just easier.
Yeah, I didn't. This whole boss I've written here, like I didn't find him difficult at all.
But then
it's all about preserving your health by dodging.
Yeah.
If you can do that and then hit your moments, it's not too difficult.
No, absolutely.
I found the boss battles in Metroid harder than the battles in this.
Like, I think with this, it's just like just having fun.
Yeah.
Like Metroid is a test of skill. It's just have fun. I think this is a game which just gives you power fantasy.
Oh, so good.
And then there's a bit where you slice Sundown. He goes, you got me. Falls off, and it's just on a helicopter.
Yeah.
Fires rockets at you.
Yeah, he's a bastard.
Get launched off the building and ride distraction as he's like free falling. He goes, damn it.
Yeah, underplay it much.
Yeah, and you get into a glider. And you just like fly up into like the roof.
Those gliders, if you killed the person riding them in battle, sometimes they just keep shooting you on the road.
Yeah, because they're still like AI powered.
Yeah.
But then like you throw the glider at Sundowner. Did you hear his reaction?
What did he say?
He goes, Christ! And then he just gets launched at you. He's like as he's like flying to you in the air, that's when he slices him up.
Oh yeah, and then you do the what's the mode called, the blade mode?
So, yeah, blade mode.
Yeah.
And so satisfying.
I sliced the crap out of him. Made 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
Fed him to my dog.
So mission 6, escape from the city. Very quick mission, very brief.
Run. Yeah.
So there's that final section where like they just come in. I just put you can sneak in like in a barrel. So you just sneak past them and fight them. Beat that mission in 5 minutes. So just not past everyone.
I killed everyone. My main joy in this game was the killing. Like as twisted as that sound, the system for it, the hack and slash, and then there's the blade mode.
It's built for it.
It's
right?
fun. It's so much fun.
So mission 7, which is just a boss battle with Sam.
Yes.
Best boss
just in
battle
the middle of the desert.
Yeah. Best boss battle in the game.
Yeah, it felt the most like an even fight.
It's like a samurai duel.
Yeah. Well, they're both using swords.
Yeah. What I like is you can knock the sword out of his hand, but he can do the same to you.
Oh yeah, it's a very well matched kind of thing. I like the way you pick the sword back up as well. You kick it up. Yeah.
And the way he does it, just grabs it normally, and you have the like one song just playing in the background, looping like
power chords.
And it's very interesting because obviously he's the only boss you technically don't stand out to. Like you don't slice.
Oh yeah, you don't get the chance to, do you?
Yeah, you slice the sword out of his hand, and then Ryder just stabs him.
Stabs him through the chest. Yeah.
And that's when you find out he had no cyborg enhancements. He was just that cool.
Yeah, he's just better than everyone else.
Exactly, he's the coolest one, and he has an ID lock on his sword.
Oh yeah, then the pup.
Yeah,
your big pup comes and takes it.
It's like in memory of Sam. Some maybe used later. Who knows?
It may come back. It may make another appearance.
So then we have the final mission where we go to Pakistan.
Do we see the little girl here?
Sunny. So
she's a previous character, right? She must be.
She is a previous character, and I will quickly just give you a brief rundown on who she is. So there's a character in Metal Gear Solid 2 called Olga.
Yeah.
She basically had to work for the bad guys in that situation because her daughter was being held by that shadowy organisation known as the Patriots.
Uh-huh.
At the end of Metal Gear Solid 2, Raiden goes, okay, I've killed Olga. Should probably save her daughter. Her daughter is Sunny. Sunny is in also Metal Gear Solid 4. There's a whole character arc with her where she learns how to make eggs sunny side up. Haha. She's a surrogate daughter to Raiden, even though Raiden has his own wife and child.
Okay, yeah.
She's just a nice, sweet character. She's a genius.
Got some great headphones as well.
Yeah, and great headphones. So the original idea for Metal Gear Rising, actually, was going to be seeing Raiden save Sunny.
Okay.
That was the original idea for Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Yes.
But then when Platinum asked to make this game, they're like, we're making this the last game in the timeline.
Yeah.
So then we can tell whatever story we want.
That makes sense.
But this was like a nice little holdover to go, we'll still mention Sunny.
Yeah, here she is.
If you guys want to know more about the development of this game, I recommend watching Matt Muscle's What Happens video on it. He goes into so much detail about the whole development process. He brings up old interviews from the creators behind it. It's a fascinating watch because honestly,
is that on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
What's the guy's name again?
Matt McMuscles.
Matt McMuscles.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the Super Best Friends? They were like a bunch of Let's Plays. He was one of them.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah. Honestly, I recommend this whole series. If you ever want to know about the development of like just media in general.
Yeah.
But his one Metal Gear Rising is fascinating.
Okay.
So we go to Pakistan. Blade Dwarf gets the shit kicked out of him by Metal Gear Excellius.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck this boss.
Really?
So I was playing this on hard.
Yeah, I didn't do it on hard.
It's like a fucking tank.
He is a tank.
Yeah. It's like the tank it is. And it's the moment where, you know, where the big like moo geckos appear and it's firing lasers at you? Yeah. Drains your health.
Yeah, they're so hard to avoid.
Yeah.
I figured after the first time, if I come towards the screen, like pull down, he got me less if I stayed in that half of the screen.
Yeah. But we are fighting Senator Armstrong in that mech.
Oh yeah, you...
The most American of men.
Yeah, you were simping over him earlier. Go on, tell me about it.
No,
I'm joking.
I mean, I will simp over him. He was great.
You said he was like your favourite boss in anything. I think you said.
He is. He's just a meme. But first, the way this boss battle ends, you slice off one of Excellius' arms. You have a sword fight with it.
Yes, it's
and
great.
then you do the blade mode with the sword.
The first thing I tried to do in this boss fight was I was like, how do I kill this thing? And he did the double slice with both of the swords down. I thought, oh, I must have to jump on them and run up, which is something you do in a quick time event later. No, you just have to attack the arms.
Yeah. And then you run up the legs, slice the legs, But then we fight Armstrong, which, right.
Another unwinnable moment.
Another moment, but there's a moment like in one of the cutscenes where he's like, "Yeah, I played college football," and he kicks Raiden, and they just pipe in an audience cheer.
It reminds me of stuff like Destroy All Humans, like the weird meta.
Like, he's so overly American, and then like Raiden's like, "Why are you doing?" It's like, "Why? I have a dream."
God. Do not parody Marley.
And then even Raiden goes, "The fuck are you talking about?"
You can't have this fucking stupid American representation, big hench white man quoting Martin Luther King. That ain't right.
I mean, he does actually say he wants to make America great again.
For God's sake.
3 years before Trump started saying that.
Oh God, that's probably where Trump got it from. One of his
It's like, I am Armstrong.
one of his interns had played this game. Was like, "You're a bit like him. Maybe we should just use this."
And he says like, "Jack, we're making the mother of all omelets here."
God, imagine if Trump got hold of the nanobots. Oh.
But there's a bit. So there's a whole meme about him. Like, there's a whole video called like "The Incorrect History of Metal Gear Rising."
Yeah.
There's a bit where you can think it's a line. He goes, "Nice fact setter, but how we back up with a source?" And he goes, "My source is I made it the fuck up." But as you alluded to, like, the reason Armstrong is able to beat the shit out of Raiden is because of nanomachines, son.
Nanomachines, that's it. Yeah.
And that's the way he says
That's a
it.
meme in itself.
That is a meme. It's actually one that me and my friends quote all the time because
God.
he's just a character.
He really is.
And there's a moment where like he just beats the shit out of Raiden, stopping him, and Raiden goes, I get it now. He goes, "Oh, you get it." He picks up Raiden, starts dusting him off, shakes his hand. He's like, you're not just crazy, you're absolutely insane."
I like the bit where you repeatedly just have to hit X, where you just punch him in the gut and it does nothing.
And then you press Y, it's like a supercharge, like
Yeah.
Hadouken, it's like nothing.
Just doesn't hurt him.
And you finally get Sam's sword from
Yes.
Blade Wolf, which is a high frequency blade, which
Is something. Is a thing.
I guess cuts through the layers of nanomachines.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So what did you think of the Santa Armstrong fight?
It took me 2 goes, 3 goes. Only bit that threw me was when he started to heal himself. I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do
Cheeky
here?
fucker.
Yeah. But then I realised his back isn't glowing green, so
Yeah.
that must be where I have to hit him to stop him charging himself.
Yeah, he just sliced
Yeah.
it with the blade mode.
If you were quick enough, he would heal like, 6%. I mean,
Yeah.
you could take down like 10%
Yeah.
by doing it. So if you were quick off the mark, you could do more damage than he actually healed.
Yeah. One thing I like about it is the part where like he throws all the shit at you and you have to do the blade mode. But it's
yeah.
finally testing, like, let's see if you actually know
Precision blade mode.
Precision blade
Yeah.
mode. Which I think is good. Like, it's the final boss.
That
like,
killed me first time, because the first time you do that is it in the Sundowner fight?
yes,
But
with the shield, yeah.
But you could just press whatever you want and
Yeah.
you cut it into slices.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
use X and it'll do it.
Yeah, you do X for horizontal, Y for vertical.
Yeah. Whereas this one you have to precision.
Yeah, with the right thumbstick, which is good. I think it's smart for like the final boss. And then he like after you get through the final layer, he just like tries to cheap shot you.
I only saw the cheap shot thing once because I was so quick at hitting him that his like face was just in the bottom left hand corner. Going, hello.
And you slice him, just throw him into rubble.
Fuck you. I got him down to like less than 10%. I was like, and he started doing it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, if I can avoid getting hit and I throw him into the rubble,
Yeah.
this is where he dies. Because it does 10% damage,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
But then he has to do a move where he knocks the blade out of your hand,
Yeah.
just so then you can pick it up again, slice him, and then you slice through the layers of nanomachines just to stab him in the heart.
Yeah. Like, hack and slash.
And then my favourite thing is like, I'm just like, "You're just like me, Jack. You're my successor." As he's like coughing up blood.
He's a caricature. He's like if Arnold Schwarzenegger was actually American. Not
Pretty
Austrian.
much.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the game. Like, there's a post-credit scene where they tease a sequel of like Ryder going, "I'm going to go after all PMCs."
Yeah.
The sequel was never made because let's talk about Konami for one brief moment. So
I know there's a cheat code.
the Konami code: up, down, left, right, B, A, start. So Konami and Hideo Kojima, they are no longer buddies.
Oh no.
Because after this game, there was Metal Gear Solid 5.
Okay.
During that time, it was kind of outed that Konami more or less treated their employees like slaves. This is all alleged went through hundreds of documents.
Uh-huh.
And one of the people was Kojima. And it got to the point where they were treating Kojima so badly, he left. He parted ways with them. This is right before Metal Gear Solid 5 came out.
Okay.
What Kojima would normally do is he would put a Hideo Kojima game on the box art for every game.
Yes.
they removed every semblance of Hideo Kojima's name on the cover for Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. So you would not know this was a Kojima game. After Kojima left, at the Game Awards, he was offered an award. I think it was Best Game Developer or Best Game. Konami's lawyers barred him from showing up. This is official because the host of the Game Awards himself said this on the show.
Jesus.
And Konami got massive heat for that. And then to save face, what Konami decided to do was to make a new Metal Gear game called Metal Gear Survive, which was just a zombie game.
Right, that doesn't fit in with the ethos.
No. That game did so badly that
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it did so badly. Konami has not made a Metal Gear game ever since. And yeah, so
Is that it? Metal Gear is dead now, is it?
Metal Gear is pretty much dead. Kojima has started up his own studios. His another Kojima Productions, and he made Death Stranding, and now Death Stranding 2 is coming out. He was meant to revitalize the Silent Hill franchise for Konami.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard about the PT demo.
No.
So it's called the Playable Teaser, and it was just put on the store. No word about it. It was said by 1407 Studios. Literally nothing about being a Kojima game. You beat the game, you get the Easter egg to beat the game. It was revealed to be a Silent Hill game made by Kojima, Guillermo del Toro,
really?
and was going to star Norman Reedus.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's a solid lineup.
Once all the shit went down with Konami and Kojima, that demo got pulled from PlayStation Store. You can never play it now. So unless it's still installed on your PS4, you can't play it. And people have been selling their PS4 for a high price now with that game on it.
Jesus.
I played the demo. It was fantastic. It was a properly scary horror game. You could beat it in half an hour, but it was terrifying. And people are
That's
still
a good demo, half an hour.
And people are still analysing this demo to this day because it has so many layers.
All you've got as well.
Yeah, there were so many layers. People trying to piece together what Kojima would have done. Kojima really hasn't spoken much about what it was going to be. He's now just focusing on his own thing. Konami are making new Silent Hill stuff now, but Metal Gear, that's up in the air. So we're probably never going to get another Metal Gear game again, and we're probably going to get another Solid game or another Rising game again. This is the only big action game in the Metal Gear franchise.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because it is good fun.
Yeah. So, overall thoughts?
Really good fun. Really... So, I've not played Devil May Cry since I was maybe... The last time I was probably 18. When the fourth one came out. Maybe 18, 19.
That was 2008, I believe. So.
2008. So, I would have been 20 odd. And I got it when it first came out. That's the last time I played it. And it really reminded me of playing Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
To the point where I was like, I might try to download that HD collection and play the first three. Because the first three were like my big three that I played.
I should point out that input lag thing. I don't know if that's maybe been rectified. So I just remember when I played it, it was bad.
I'm going to look into it.
It was only on Devil May Cry 1. So.
If it isn't fixed, I'll probably just get it on PS5.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Really good fun. Story's fucking mental. Which is going to bring me on to my attempt at extra credit.
Did you do the DLC?
No.
Oh.
I only learned about the DLC yesterday, so I wouldn't have had time to do it.
Fair enough.
I was looking into stuff I could do. I was like, there's comic books, isn't there? And I looked. Quite hard to find online. I wanted to try to find a digital version. I don't really want a paper one. And I was like, oh, but then someone put a slightly animated version of it on YouTube. I was like, oh, this looks fun. 2 hours. I was like, can I feasibly at least do some of this? And it starts, and I was like, I've got no idea what's fucking going on.
Wait, so a comic of what?
Metal Gear.
Well, just the whole franchise as a whole? Or
Just another story, I guess.
Jeez.
But I didn't understand what was going on from the beginning. I was like, alright, okay, I don't know enough about Metal Gear. I'm going to go on YouTube and watch a video explaining Metal Gear. Fucking mistake. It is mind-boggling. It's like a soap opera, but like a soap opera that goes a million miles an hour. Like people faking their death. He's dead, he's not, he's a clone. He's a clone, he's the son of the clone who's now a father. It's like, what the hell is going on?
So
I spent about 3 hours between YouTube videos and trying to figure this comic book out, trying to understand the lore of Metal Gear. And do you know what I learnt, Tim?
Nothing.
Right.
I'll give you just a tiny little bit brief. So Solid Snake, the main face of the franchise.
Yes.
He is the clone son of Big Boss. Because in the 60s, he was considered like the greatest spy of all time. And they wanted to clone him. A program called Les Infanteries. So they made him, Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, and Solidus Snake, which is a bad guy in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Okay.
You don't know about that until the end of Metal Gear Solid 1. And by that time, Big Boss is already dead. because you kill him in Metal Gear, which is like old Commodore 64 games.
Oh yeah.
So then in Metal Gear Solid 3, which is a prequel to everything, you play as Big Boss. Before he became Big Boss, you are Naked Snake. You do get naked in there, actually. The guy, yeah.
Is it the fourth one where you fight the old guy?
That is Liquid Ocelot. That is... So in Metal Gear Solid 1, there's a character Ocelot, gets his arm cut off. Liquid Snake dies. So in Metal Gear Solid 2, you see Ocelot again, and he has Liquid Snake's arm attached to him, and somehow through that, Liquid Snake is telepathically controlling Ocelot.
Okay, I remember this in the breakdown video, yeah.
The twist of that is Ocelot
But he's not actually.
Yeah. Because what this all was a big ploy from Big Boss and Liquid Ocelot to destabilize the Patriots, which was the big government terrorists controlling the world. And yeah, this was all a game from the start.
Fucking... It doesn't need to be this complicated.
Metal Gear Solid 4 has a 2-hour cutscene.
Because all I know about... I think the other thing I knew about that is... I think it was doing the rounds as a meme a while ago, that you didn't even have to fight the last guy. You could just leave the game and come back and he would die of old age.
That is one in Metal Gear Solid 3. There's a character called The End.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you just set your system's clock a week in advance, dead. Or if you're very clever, there's a moment he's being wheeled on a wheelchair and there's a gas can next to him. If you snipe him, if you snipe the gas can, you blow him up, you never have to do the boss fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, these games are very clever in terms of how they're created. Like in terms
like a proper branching effect.
Yeah, like Kojima is very smart in how he develops his games. And he's very like psychological. He deals with a lot of concepts. The problem is, because he has full creative control on what he does, sometimes he goes a bit too overboard.
Yeah.
Like his latest game, Death Stranding, you are just a mailman.
What?
You are a post-apocalyptic mailman. You are just delivering parcels for the entire game.
Is it fun?
A lot of people love it. I haven't...
Have you heard of Paperboy? That was the same thing, right?
I haven't really attempted to stick my teeth into it. Because it's one of those games where I know you need to be in the right frame of mind for. You have to accept what you're going to play. I'm not ready for that. Yeah, that was Metal Gear, Kojima, everything. So, Bobby, what's my recommended reading?
Next time, Tim, we're going to look at another British... Is it a classic? I'd call it a classic. That's why we're here, Cult Classic Society. Jonathan Creek, with my Uncle Alan in the lead. He's not really my uncle, we just have the same surname. I want you to watch the first 3 episodes, which is actually kind of the first 2 episodes, because the first 2 are a 2-part of one story. So it's 2 stories, 3 episodes.
Cool.
That's it for next time.
Okay, so 2 episodes, but technically 3.
Yeah, yeah. They are called The Wrestler's Tomb Part 1 and The Wrestler's Tomb Part 2 and Jack in the Box.
Look forward to it.
Good. Better look forward to it.
If you'd like to follow us on both TikTok and Instagram, we are CC Society Pod. If you want to send us an email, we are ccsocietypod@gmail.com. If you want to follow me on my personal Instagram, it is @TheTimMartini.
And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I am bdavies_creative.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.